can hear me loud and clear, please do give a thumbs up to this video. Welcome to the weekly current affairs session where we discuss the important current affairs for the entire week for the prelims examination. Guys, we'll wait for 1 minute. Let others join. I have the list of all the important topics which was there in news this week, which I'm going to discuss with you. Yeah, we have people joining us. Shobit, hello. We have Hema Lahari, good evening. We have Gomati Shankari, good evening. We have Ganesh Vishnu, hello Ganesh. We have Pavan. We have Soumya ma'am. Hello Soumya. So let's start. Okay. So guys, this week was an important week. A lot of developments happening this week. So let us start our discussion. Okay. So let me start with defense news. Okay. So in defense, guys, India commissioned INS Aridhman. Can anybody tell me what is INS Aridhman? Who can tell me what is INS Aridhman? This is a really very important. UPSC will ask question. INS Aridhman. What is INS Aridhman? Who can tell me? It's a nuclear ballistic submarine. It's a nuclear ballistic submarine. Very, very important. It has the ballistic missiles K-15 and K-4. K-15 and K-4. It has the ballistic missiles K-15 and K-4. So this is really very, very important. Okay. These submarines are called Arihant class submarine. These submarines are called what? Arihant class submarine. Okay, so nuclear submarine INS Aridhman. Very important. Let me tell you, this is really very, very important. You may expect a question on that. Okay. INS Aridhman. Okay. Next, guys, there was another important topic from science and tech, which is really very important, is the SpaceX Starlink satellite. Okay, it got destroyed and there was a fear about space debris. Okay guys, because of lot of satellites we are sending into the Earth's orbit, what is happening is that there is a kind of a overcrowding of the lower Earth orbit. Okay, because we are sending a lot of satellites, particularly the Starlink program has sent a lot of satellites. So there is a overcrowding. So guys, satellites have a life. Okay, after the satellites become dysfunctional, what they happen? They wear and tear, they break, they fragment, and small particles of those satellites, okay, they become rotating in the Earth orbit, and sometimes they collide with the other functional satellite. Okay, this collision can destroy the functional satellites, and sometimes what will happen, this collision can lead to chain of collision. This chain of collision is called what? Kessler syndrome. Very important, Kessler syndrome. Okay, this is really very, very important, guys. Please prepare Kessler syndrome. Please prepare space debris. This is really very important for the prelims examination. Guys, we have an international space treaty. Which basically regulates the outer space. This is called Outer Space Treaty. This treaty has been by United Nations Assembly. Space treaty is very important this year. Please do prepare. I'm expecting a question on space treaty. So guys, under this space treaty, every country is responsible for both the government satellites and the private satellites in the outer space. Okay, So peaceful use of space. This is basically the treaty is about peaceful use of space. Okay. So please prepare this issue of space debris. Okay. Can you tell me there is a project? There is a project which is about this space debris, managing the space debris. Can you tell me the name of the project? Can you name the name of the project? What is the project for space debris? Okay, studying the space debris, managing the space debris. There is a project. What is that called? Who can tell me? Project Netra. Hema Sri has answered. Hema has answered. Project Netra. Project Netra is the correct answer. Project Netra is the correct answer. Very good. Okay. So this is very important topic, guys. Another important space related news this week is the Artemis mission. Guys, Artemis mission is by which space organization? NASA. What is Artemis mission? Guys, Artemis 2 this year. Okay, Artemis 2 has been launched. What is Artemis 2? Artemis 2 is about crew moon mission. Crew moon mission. Okay, this is very important, guys. NASA crew moon mission. NASA crew moon mission. This is really very important. Okay. So this Artemis mission is a mission of NASA. There are 5 stages of Artemis mission. Artemis 1, Artemis 2, Artemis 3, Artemis 4 and Artemis 5. So in Artemis 4, they will go for what? Landing on moon. Artemis 4 in 2028. And Artemis 5, there will be a kind of a colony in the moon for space research. Okay. So please prepare all the Artemis mission. This is a really very important. After 50 years, you know, guys, there was in 1960s and 70s, there was Apollo mission of NASA where there was landing on the moon surface by NASA's astronauts. Okay. Now after 50 years, NASA is again going to moon. In Artemis 2, there will be no landing. Landing will be in Artemis 4. Landing will be in Artemis 4. Prepare Artemis mission. Very important. Okay. This is really very important. The most important space topic is Artemis mission. The most important space topic is Artemis mission. Okay. Very important. Will you prepare this, guys? This is really very important. This is really very important. Okay. Next, guys, moving to some other subject. Okay. In polity, guys, Parliament has passed the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act. Okay. Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act. Parliament has passed this. Okay. So, guys, under this act, basically the capital of Andhra Pradesh, okay, has been finalized. What is the capital of Andhra Pradesh? Capital of Andhra Pradesh will be the Amravati. Okay, you know, guys, under the Indian Constitution, it is the Parliament which is having the final authority to name the state and to change the boundary of the state. I hope you know that. Article 3. Article 3. Okay, so you know that. This is very important. This is very important. Amravati is a very important place, guys. You know, guys, Amravati is important for what? In the ancient India, Amravati was capital of which kingdom? People from Andhra, Telugu peoples, please answer. Amravati is known for what? What was the capital of Amravati? Was capital of what? Buddhism, someone is saying. Buddhism, yes. There is the Amravati Stupa. Amravati Mahachaitya Stupa, okay. But which was the kingdom? The capital, Amravati was capital of which, guys? Satavahanas, okay. Please look into this. Satavahanas kingdom, Satavahanas dynasty. This is very important. Amravati, you may get a question. You know, UPSC loves Buddhism. So they may ask you about the stupa architecture. They can ask you about the stupa architecture. They can ask you about the Buddhism. Okay. So Amravati is a very important topic, guys. Please do look into it. You may expect a question on that. You may expect a question on that. Mr. Abhishek Singh, please join the Lakshya. All the eliminations have been shared there. Mr. Abhishek, don't spam here, okay? If you want all the elimination sessions, please join the Lakshya. There you will get everything, okay? Don't spam here. Okay. Moving on, guys. Another important topic, if I can tell you, guys, in the Andaman and Nicobar Island, this was in news. You know, guys, Government of India has started a project, Great Nicobar Infrastructure Project. This Great Nicobar Infrastructure Project is basically building a transshipment port and various other industries in Great Nicobar Island. Guys, this week it was in news because there are allegations that there is there is basically the tribal people, the Nicobarese people are getting shifted by the administration. Okay, so tribals can be a very important theme this year. You know, guys, UPSC loves tribes. So you may expect a question on the tribes of Andaman and Nicobar Island. Guys, you know, Andaman and Nicobar Islands has 5 important tribes: the Jarawas, the Sentinelese, okay, the Jarawas, the Sentinelese, the Nicobaris, the Shompen. So which are the tribal groups which are found in the Great Nicobar Island? In the Great Nicobar Island, there are 2 tribal groups which are found: Shompen and Nicobaris. Shompen and Nicobaris. This is really very important. Shompen and Nicobaris. This is really very, very important. Shompen and Nicobaris. So please prepare the tribes of Andaman and Nicobar Island. This is really very, very important. Moving on to another important topic. Okay, guys, you know, we have achieved defeat of the left-wing extremism in India. Recently, Home Minister declared that India is free from Naxalism. You know, guys, there is a contiguous region which is called the Red Corridor. What was Red Corridor? Red Corridor was spread in 12 states. This region was affected by left-wing extremism, the Naxalism. Naxalism is a left-wing violent ideology which is against parliamentary democracy. This started in Naxalbari in West Bengal and it spread in other states like Bihar, like Jharkhand, like Odisha, like Telangana, like Andhra, even some of the districts of Karnataka and Kerala, Maharashtra, UP, okay, we're also having this Naxalism problem, the Red Corridor. But now the Red Corridor has reduced in size. Government of India has said a new classification of left-wing extremist affected districts. Okay, so in that classification, guys, only 2 districts are now left-wing extremist districts. Which are these 2 districts? Bijapur. Where is Bijapur located, guys? Bijapur is located in Chhattisgarh. And West Singhbhum. West Singhbhum is located where? Jharkhand. So only these 2 districts are the Naxalism affected districts. Only these 2 districts are the Naxalism affected districts. Only these 2 districts are the Naxalism affected districts. Okay. Is it okay, guys? Guys, is it okay, guys? Okay. Next, guys. Okay, there is a problem of LPG in India. Okay, you must be knowing that because of the Iran war, there is an issue of supply of crude oil and LPG, LNG and all these kinds of gases. Okay, So in this context, guys, government of India is focusing on more and more PNG supply, piped natural gas supply, piped natural gas supply. Okay. So I believe this year you may expect a question on what is the difference between LPG and PNG. What is the difference between LPG and PNG? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me what is the difference between LPG and PNG? PNG. Can anybody tell me what is the difference? LPG is basically mixture of two hydrocarbons, propane and butane. Propane and butane. Propane and butane. Whereas PNG is natural gas. Natural gas is basically what? Methane. I hope you know that. I hope you know that. Okay. So this is really very important. They may ask you the difference between the LNG, the LPG, the PNG, the CNG. These are the four gases. These are the four. Okay. LPG, CNG. Okay. Then we have the LNG, then PNG. Guys, this is really very important. This is very important, guys. You may expect question on comparison between them. You can expect question on comparison between them, guys. PNG is what? Methane. LPG is what? Propane and butane. Propane and butane. Guys, this is really important. Guys, do you acknowledge this? This is really very important. Do you acknowledge this? Do you think this is important or not? Guys, please do consider giving a thumbs up to this video, guys. Okay. Next topic, guys. IMD. Okay, IMD has said that this year there will be heat waves in India. Okay. Also, guys, this year we may also have El Nino. Whenever there is El Nino, temperatures are little higher. There can be a drought-like situation. Okay. So, what is the definition of heat wave of IMD? So IMD says for plains it is 40 degrees Celsius, and for coastal areas it is 37 degrees Celsius, and for the hills it is 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is the definition of heat waves by IMD. For the plains it is 40 degrees Celsius. For the plains it is 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, I hope you are able to follow this. I hope you are able to follow this. Okay. Guys, another topic which is in news this week from Science and Tech is there is a new vaccine which has come. There is a new vaccine which has come. The name of the vaccine is, what is the name of the vaccine? Can anybody tell me? A new vaccine has come. TAC 003. TAC 003. TAAK 003. TAC 003. It is also called Qdenga. Qdenga. What is Qdenga? Guys, this is a vaccine for, okay, this is a vaccine for what? Dengue. This is a vaccine for dengue. Very important. Okay. So guys, this TAC 003 or Qdenga, TAC 003 or Qdenga, it's a tetravalent vaccine. It's an indigenous tetravalent vaccine. This is really important dengue vaccine. Okay guys, you know, it's an indigenous dengue vaccine. So like this, guys, UPSC, if you see this year, I have a firm belief that UPSC will focus on malaria and dengue. Malaria and dengue, mosquito, okay, diseases which are spread by mosquitoes. This year, I am expecting question on mosquitoes. Okay, please take note of this. Please prepare mosquitoes. Please prepare mosquitoes. Okay, this is really very important. This is really very important. Mosquitoes. Yes, malaria vaccine is there, RTS and all that. Okay, malaria vaccine is there. Okay. Next if we see, okay, next if we see NCERT, you know guys, NCERT is in new Supreme Court judgment on NCERT. Now what has happened is that government has decided to give deemed university status to NCERT. NCERT is now a deemed university status. Okay, now NCERT can start their own courses. like universities. So this is an important point. Another important polity news is, guys, Madras High Court has said the power of remission of the governor under Article 161 is bound by the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. Aid and advice of the council. You know, guys, in India, we have a federal system. In India, we have a federal system, and we have government at the center, and we have the at the state level. At the state level, guys, we have the nominal head as the governor, and we have the chief minister and council of minister as the real chief executive of the state. Okay, but governors, they have some powers. Okay, governors, they have some powers which is discretionary powers more than the president. If you compare the governor power and the president power, governors have some discretionary power. So there is always a debate about the power of governor. In this context, guys, Madras High Court has said under Article 161 of the Constitution, the governor has power of remission. Okay, so this power is basically exercised on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. This power is not a discretionary power. This power is not a discretionary power. So Article 161 is very important. Okay, you may expect a question on that. You may expect a question on that. Okay. So, okay, these were some of the important topics. Okay, as far as current affairs is concerned, there is a NATO news also. NATO, I don't think UPSC will ask question on NATO, because already in 2025 they have asked question on NATO. Okay, so one thing you need to remember, guys, NATO does not have a permanent army. NATO does not have a permanent army. Okay, all the nations, they contribute their forces to NATO. Okay, so this you should keep in mind. Okay, and there is now a Article 5, you know, NATO, okay, which is collective security. So Article 5 is also very important. It's a non-binding security initiative. Okay, collective basically. America is the largest contributor, okay, as far as budget is concerned. Okay, and under NATO now they have given a goal of 5% of the country's budget should be given to defense. Okay, so this you should have a look at it. All these things are very important. Okay, so these were some of the important current affairs this week as far as UPSC prelims is concerned. Please have a look at them. Okay, INS Aridyaman is very important. That Kessler syndrome is very important. Okay, there is one festival which was in news, Zool festival. Can anybody tell me Zool festival is in which state? Which state? The folk festival, Zool festival. Who can tell me? Zool festival, which state they basically, okay, celebrate the Zool festival? Zool, Z-O-O-L, Zool festival. Who can tell me? Zool festival. Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, so this is very important. Have a look at it. This is very, very important. Jammu and Kashmir is the correct answer. Okay, so please have a look at it. Okay, so today, guys, I am going to meet all of you at 10 p.m. Please join my private Telegram channel. In the private Telegram channel, I am going to talk about my plans for you in the last 1 month. How I am going to help you. Okay, in the last 1 month. Please do join me. Bye bye. Take care.